Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another video. My name is Pat on YouTube and on Instagram. And today's video is a plan with me for the week of November Monday 11th. I said that weirdly. November the 11th through the 17th using this D-Stash kit, actually. I can tell by the fact that I have all these extra goodies here from Michelle. Hi, Michelle. um, it's a Sadie stickers, autumn leaves. I think she threw these in here because they're very similar colors, even though the kit's called gingerbread, and gingerbread is definitely like a Christmas kit. But we move on. It actually does work out in the end. And then I also paired it with this Miss and Meow Cozy Season kit. And I really wanted to use this Dash of Sun Fall Picnic deco somewhere because it's my brainchild. And I knew I wanted to use it. And then I just grabbed a few things foiled in rose gold and some watercolor washes, splashes, swatches from JK Creates just to have. So this is week number 2 of my autumn named kits. This is also a kit in a older format. I think this might have been like 2 formats ago. Hold on. I think this was 2 formats ago, not 3. Definitely not 3. It definitely wasn't the last format. I know that. So I wanted to keep it like the bottom washi, keep it simple. Let's not make it work too hard for myself because there isn't a lot of like I didn't have a deco sheet with coordinating deco for this one. So, and I knew I wanted to do like a picnic scene type situation in my sidebar, so I didn't want to make like the bottom washi too crazy. So I also pulled in this Tearable has an able to be torn washi sheet from Rose Colored Days because the picnic blanket, it's called, what is it called? Buffalo Check. I think that's the name of the pattern is Buffalo Check. I wanted to use that here just to fill up the space a little bit more because like I said, I don't have a lot of deco, and the picnic stuff is of a relatively small size because it's meant to be not meant, it was designed to be able to be used in like journals and stuff, so it couldn't have been like ginormous, although you know what, it could have, I guess. So my vision was to kind of make it look like the picnic stuff was kind of falling down the sidebar. That's why I also use a flat lay with like the full box with the flat lay of the food in it. It kind of fit like the vibe, kind of fit the mood, the design aesthetic of the picnic that I was going for in my sidebar. And just throwing a bunch of foil everywhere because that's how I do now, is just foil everywhere. I do at some point realize, I could cross some of this deco over the full box to just make the full box seem a little more in line. It's more part of the deco rather than being a full box with deco around it, because those are two technically different things. And I'm just like, I really like this this decorative sheet. I hope other people enjoyed it too. I haven't really seen a lot of people use it yet. But thank you, Chelsea, for taking this brainchild and running with it. I hope it was somewhat popular. Yeah, I almost bought 2. I might buy one. I might buy another set at the Boxing Day sale. Because I like it that much. I like having these little itty bitty elements. It were really fun. Because my other thought was to scatter them in the day cover area, but I feel like I have done something in that vein very recently, so I didn't want to do it again. Therefore, henceforth, why I decided to pull it into the sidebar. Here's the the whiteout. I finally invested in the whiteouts, mostly because I didn't want to use the date covers in there, so I had to white out the dates in order to do something else there. And as I've talked about previously, you know what? I didn't know what to do, so hello film strips, right? I don't think they really necessarily go with this kit. But I just needed a large element to take up a lot of space because I didn't I didn't plan the date cover area through. So they take up a lot of room. And I needed something to do that. Just because, like, I wouldn't call myself a no white space planner, but I really enjoy the look of a really full spread, right? A spread with I wouldn't say very little, but with less so white space. More of the spread is covered with stickers than not. Um, so I really enjoy using the film strips. These ones are the ones from Sadie Stickers, and I can tell you that because the ones from Dash of Sun are a little bit like the weight of the sides are thinner. And hers are full length, so they span the full length of the 7x9 planner. So, I think this might be like my last. Actually, I think I finished this sheet after this. Because the thing is, when I ordered them, I didn't realize I was a baby. I was a baby to this planning community. I didn't know there was a difference between transparent, matte, and clear. I do know that now, but I bought these, so we're using them, and it was the same for the brain for the date scripts. I didn't realize. Then during that process of setting up the first side, I was like, I don't need to use whiteout. I'm about to cover up most of these with the floral because I was cutting florals down to go the full length. So I didn't need to actually white out the dates at all. So I forewent that this time. And again, just repeated the same thing on the other side. Um, Again, I don't think it necessarily matches, but film strips are sort of my thing, I guess. I enjoy using them. I really do. I think I actually kind of want to get more of the. Actually, I don't know if Sadie Stickers has them in the shop. But I know Pretty Pink Co. and probably Sadie's have like the shortened versions where they're not like the washi length. Because there are times when I want to pull them in, but I don't have like short ones, and I feel really wasteful cutting up like the washi length ones. So maybe that's a purchase I should put on the list. um, so sprinkling some of the deco from the picnic sheet around because it does also have leaves and little acorns, little pumpkins. So I just wanted to sprinkle that around. Um, Even though I have other means of doing it. So for this week, I wanted to definitely pull in this like cozy knit pattern from the Miss and Meow kit because there's the sweater element, and therefore I pulled that in. My full boxes, we did do tilted boxes, obviously, as you can see here. And where was my brain just going? Where was my brain going with that? Um, This was one of those spreads where I felt like I wanted to do more, but sometimes like trying to do more overcomplicates it. And oh right, the pumpkin. I remember now. I wanted to use this ladder and I paired it with one of the more plain full boxes. So I guess this is one of those like advantages of having these like simpler kits is that I was talking about it in a different video where I feel bad, I guess is the best word. I feel bad about layering over my foil because, like, the foil on the full boxes, because I paid for that, right? Part of me is like, I bought this kit because I paid for that. So, like, why would I cover it up? Um, but sometimes you have to do it out of necessity, right? To create the tilted boxes. So, what's nice about kind of these simpler boxes is that I don't have as much. Of a gut reaction to it because it's much simpler. It's a much simpler box. There's less foil to have to cover up. Um so like I guess that's where I was going with that. Is like having these simpler boxes makes me feel a little less guilty about covering up my foil, even though I do that on a regular basis, but that's neither here nor there. On the other side of the spread, I did want to bring the film since I brought the film strip in, I was like, why not just go ahead and bring in the one from the Miss and Meow kit? Um, And then bring in more of this picnic deco. I was like, let's just use the other picnic blanket here. It's not like a scene, it's kind of like a journaling moment, I guess is what I'll call this. And like I like it. I like it. Sprinkling more leaves around. And I really wanted to make sure I made use of the deco from that little picnic sheet because like it's cute. It's adorable. It's really tiny. They're cute. And I also had these wood slices that I wanted to make use of. I think I got these in a D-stash probably. If I know I didn't buy them. So I most likely got them in a D-stash. And they don't like necessarily go. I wouldn't say they go with the kit, but sometimes you just need elements to take up all of the space, right? Just to take up all of the space. So I wonder what I was pointing at. I don't remember. I was pointing at something. So that is kind of like I do, 2 sets of tilted and then one box with the layering element. Look at that. Good job, me. Um, so yeah, I really don't remember what else happens. I'm getting around to doing voiceovers from spreads I've filmed like a while ago. Just cuz like life's been busy and again, I decided to do Plan Miss last minute and had to film a bunch of other different videos that were talk throughs rather than the voiceovers. So I was like, ah man, I kind of screwed myself over this one because now I have to do a ton of voiceovers. And now we're on to the day by day because of my little rant there. We start as we typically do. I won't say always because there was one week where we did not start with a coffee Monday, but we start as we typically do with a coffee Monday. On this day, I forgot my phone at my desk as I was leaving, and I got most of the way down the hall, almost up to the elevators, and I was so mad at myself because it's not an extremely long walk. Um, but the bus gets to the bus stop literally when I get up there, sometimes even beforehand. So to have to waste the 30 seconds to turn around, grab my phone, and go back out. I almost missed the bus, but I think I actually did make it that day. I then did was a YouTube binge that night? I don't know. I also marked a YouTube binge. Whether it was that night or not, I do not know. One of the struggles I had with this kit were the boxes because there's lots of patterns, there's lots of colors, and for me, my planning style, I kind of typically like to put a box of each color in the day. But when they're of like a bunch of mix of colors, that's really hard to do. And because I don't really like having 2 boxes of the same color next to each other. It's just a thing I try to avoid, a personal preference. It's not like I know on the other side of the community they do color blocking, but it's not like a thing like that. It's just like I don't like having too many of the same colors next to each other. It just like makes it blocky looking. Um, that's a tangent. That's a whole different situation. On Tuesday, the Enchanted Celebration Plan with me went live. Yes, one of the best kits. Oh man, Q4 is gonna be hard to pick, guys, because that's October, November, December. Oh, some of my best work is in this quarter. My Enchanted Celebration Plan with me went live. I did some Happy Mail on the Instagrams, and I was up late, probably planning, most likely planning. I don't know. I forego sleep to play with stickers now. Let me be honest with you. Wednesday, we started with a Dr. Coffee run. Then I had a project discussion. Which project with this? I think when I was doing this plan with me, like the laying down of the stickers, I was like, what is project discussion? What am I talking about? And I can't really remember. I don't really know. Then I did some voiceovers that night. On Thursday, the day we're currently working on, it was a rough day at work. Why was it a rough day at work? Who knows? But it was a rough day of work. Then I finished the night with a planning sesh. If I skip something, I'll skip something. That script is from Blissful Jade Designs. I am loving the custom scripts that she has there. I do PR for her. You can use Cat15 to save. Get my freebie. Plug over. On Friday, we started with a Dr. Coffee run. Oh. Right. So, so this, let me not go into detail about it, but let's just say that our Leadership at work outside of management is not great. Um, it takes a special person to lead a team of people. It takes a special person to lead a campaign, and I was just in there to help observe because there were a lot of complaints. And my observations were that there is a lack of leadership in the room. Therefore, you need leadership in the room. And guess who was made the leadership in the room? Yes, me. So I got made lead for a project that started the following week, which I was not very happy about. Um, that day I also had no lunch, and since that crazy chaotic day happened, I did nothing that night. It was a lazy night. On the 16th, Saturday, we went to go get donuts from our favorite donut place, um, from Angel's Donuts. The owner is so sweet. When I was pregnant, she kept giving me free donuts. And we visited Menagerie Foods. We're good friends with them. They catered my bridal shower. No, baby shower. So they got to meet Bub. He had big emotions that day, and I finished that night playing in my bojo. And then on Sunday, cheeky whale. So, but my husband is really into trains. Like, I don't know what gauge it is, but trains and Bub, Bub likes trains. So, they were running a train, and then we bought a bunch of whale toys, and they put the whales on one of the cars, and they called it the cheeky whale train. Bub is like calling everything cheeky at this point. um but that is neither here nor there. So it was cheeky whale train day. It was also a rough parenting day. Oh yeah, I had a mental breakdown that night because he was going through something. It wasn't his fault, but he was going through something, and it was just rough. It was rough all around. He pushed me to my limits. My husband had to step in, pushed him to his limits. So yeah, we had a mental breakdown that night. We did not do anything else for the rest of the night. So that is the spread. Here are the kit leftovers. Lots left because this has a lot of like functional things because this was back when the functional part was still pretty prevalent. Um, and here are the rest of the leftovers. Good job, me. And then we're gonna hit the flyover, and that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, I would love it if you gave the video a like, leave a comment with any of your thoughts down below, and I would be so happy if you subscribe to my little channel, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!